If the truth hurts, 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 if the truth misinterpreting the signs, putting all the fault on you when it wasn't true. Now I try to live out every other night, thinking of the times that I started falling through. How could I have ever been so out of mind? I am part to blame in all this too, tearing you away from the broke of me and you. Was it hard to love me or let me go? 'Cause the truth hurts, I get to live on alone. It is sometimes better to be honest, so I can try to go. No. Please let me or let me go. Please love me or let me go. Please love me or let me go. Please love me or let me go. Oh, please love me or let me go.
Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that baby you're the best. I got my red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark in the pale moonlight. Down my hair up real big, beautiful style, high heels off. I'm feeling Sometimes it feels like I'm just walking on an endless road, like I got somewhere to go. Sometimes I'm feeling scared, but I don't wanna walk alone. You're the hand I wanna hold, 'cause you are everything to me, babe. I don't wanna see you hurt. You should know your worth. You are everything I need, babe. I don't wanna see you frown. I will never let you down, 'cause it's only you. No one compares to you, no. I'll keep fighting and I'll never let you go. Whoa. It's only you. No one compares to you, no. Let me love you and I'll never let you go. Whoa. Sometimes it feels like I'm just walking on an endless road, like I got somewhere to go. Sometimes I'm feeling scared, but I don't wanna walk alone. You're the hand I wanna hold, 'cause you are everything to me, babe. I don't wanna see you hurt. You should know your worth. You are everything I need, babe. I don't wanna see you frown. I will never let you down, 'cause it's only you. No one compares to you, no. I'll keep fighting and I'll never let you go. Whoa. It's only you. No one compares to you, no. Let me love you and I'll never let you go. Whoa. When we were 15, I remember the car rides, small fights, conversations all night. I never saw you as anything more than a friend, but now I see you in a new light. We're getting older, there's a sparkle in your eyes that wasn't there before. You give me butterflies, it makes me wonder if there could be something more. We were on keep a secret. Listen close, touch me like I don't do what I'm told. You got a halo on your head, but that won't stop me. I'll make you sing again and again. Can't help myself, bad influence. Get out what's in my head. Keep you around, oh, keep you around. On your knees, won't you give me that? Give me that, give me that sweet release. And you take it from
I get you there to the moon. Resisting my love, got you fueled. You overdose on a mission. Why does it feel so good? Yeah, I put in my last into you, giving you space, so much room. You overdose on a mission. Why does it feel so good?
on your knees, won't you give me that?
Tell me what you want.
Give me that, give me that sweet release. And you take it from everything, take it from me. I hit my dinner in my bathtub, then I go to sex clubs, watching freaky people get it on. It doesn't make me nervous, if anything I'm restless. Yeah, I've been around and I've seen it all. I get home, I got the munchies, binging all my Twinkies, throw up in the tub and I go to sleep. And I drink up all my money, dazed and kinda lonely. You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind. Ooh.
I don't know why you hide, standing behind those eyes. I don't know what you're trying to do. Every time you pass by, I don't know why I start to smile, but I know that it feels right, yeah, I know that it feels. And I don't wanna drive into another lonely road, standing without you, standing all alone. Cause I just wanna know you bad, cause I just wanna know you bad. I don't know how, I don't know how to find something I can't find now. I don't know how, I don't know how. Tell me how to do this right now. I don't know how, I don't know how to find something I can't find now. I don't know how, I don't know how. Tell me how to do this right now. Try to give me another chance to trying to get to you. And I don't wanna drive into another lonely road, standing without you, standing all alone. Cause I just wanna know you bad, cause I just wanna know you bad. I don't know how, I don't know how to find something I can't find now. I don't know how, I don't know how. Tell me how to do this right now. I don't know how, I don't know how to find something I can't find now. I don't know how, I don't know how. Tell me how to do this right now.
You're an old soul with your ripped jeans on. You love rock and roll, going out all night long. Miss Independent, no, you don't need no one, but I hope I see you tonight. You're that instant classic, old-fashioned type. No, you like dancing on your own with nobody in sight, and people don't understand you, but I don't know why. 'Cause nothing looks better than that old school vibe. Old school vibe. Nothing looks better than that old school vibe. First to get up for karaoke, and you're always terrified but keep it low-key. But you sound better than the radio. When you get that mic, you put on a show. And if you don't, you should know, you should know. You're that instant classic, old-fashioned type. No, you like dancing on your own with nobody in sight, and people don't understand you, but I don't know why. 'Cause nothing looks better than that old school vibe. Old school vibe. Nothing looks better than that old school vibe. Instant classic, old-fashioned type. No, you like dancing on your own with nobody in sight. People don't understand you, but I don't know why. 'Cause nothing looks better than that old school vibe. Oh.
to forget, or to hide my regrets. Standing on the bridge, trying to let the light in. But if I can't hold you, then I don't want nothing. Ooh, ooh, can't let it go. Ooh, wonder if you know. Ooh, I want you so bad. Somebody take me back. Don't wanna let go. Wonder if you knew. Don't wanna let go. Wonder if you know. I know what I do. I can't erase you. Truth is, maybe I could, but I still don't want to. Look at old photos, reminisce. It's a blessing and a curse. Think I'm addicted to it. Ooh, can't let it go. Wonder if you know. I want you so bad. Somebody take me back. Don't wanna let go. Wonder if you knew. Don't wanna let go. Wonder if you know. Close your eyes. Would you dream for me some paradise? Tell me who you see, 'cause I think I do want you next to me. Want you next to me, but does this work? 'Cause I know I can't get to you. I like the chase, and I know you do too. Am I just in love with the idea of you? 'Cause I'd cross a million seas. Would you do that for me? Yeah, I'd fly this whole world twice if I could be your paradise. Close your eyes. Will you dream for me some paradise? Tell me who you see, 'cause I think I know what you mean to me. What you mean to me, but does this work? Only 'cause we never say what we think. Waiting for the perfect way. Time, so to speak, got me on delay.
Right, good evening everybody. Here we are back again once again with the Fast 50 online pub quiz. How are we all doing? So Saturday and big day today for various reasons. The main one being, of course, the clocks go back tonight, which means we get an extra hour, but the dark nights are upon us. Yes, we're going into what might well be a second lockdown with the nights getting darker. Isn't this going to be fun? Anyway, we can cheer you up by quizzing every Wednesday and Saturday night, and let's start off by saying hello to those of you that got into the feed, and he's managed to do it. Can you believe it? For the first time, an imaginary bonus point over in the feed here will go to Nigel, who was the first person, I believe, to log in. It was me, and then Nigel saying hello to the world. So well done to Nigel. Mihaela just got pipped to the post, but she's got plenty of those imaginary bonus points to see her through, so that's okay. Vlad, Aranush, Delia, Timia, good evening to all of you. If you are joining us and watching the feed, do join in with the chat so that we know that you're there. And so that we know that we can have a chit chat with you and keep me entertained and what have you. Right, let's have a look and see what happened previously on Wednesday evening. Nice fun close quiz, still some massive scores there, but nobody breaking 5,000 points for the first time since we've had these new scoring, but nice to see a few new faces coming into the top 10, and Nick, who has won a few quizzes in the past, did manage to beat our regular winners Outnumbered and Bula into second and third, so well done to Nick. Nick, I do need you to drop me a line if you're watching, so that I know where to send your prize, which was to Kanu Coffee. I don't know if you want it, or I know you often give your prizes away, so do drop me a line if you can, so I can work that out for you. Well done to Outnumbered as well, who picked up a prize from Quest Mission. Bula went into the Detergent Club, and then everybody from James through to Vlad the Implier, you all picked up pizza, courtesy of Jerry's Pizza. Your code won't have come out to you just yet, because we have one issue with a phone number which has been sorted today, and we've sent them off, and Jerry's in the next few days will send you a code which allows you to claim yourself a free pizza. So let's have a look at this point scoring then. So tonight we're all about the last 50 years. Where are we? Yes, 50 years, 1970s to 2020. I'm getting very confused. The last 50 years, we did this a while back where we did music, one song per year. And it's the same format tonight. So it will be one question for every year, starting in 1970, going all the way up to this year, 2020. And all you got to do is try and answer the questions. It's going to be good fun, you know, testing your history knowledge. And you will score points if you get things correct. So a correct answer is worth 100 points. This is our new scoring system, albeit we have used it for a couple of weeks now. So hopefully you've gotten used to it. 100 points if you get it right, 0 if you get it wrong. 3 questions in there, one near the beginning, one in the middle, one towards the end. In fact, right at the end, we'll have 3 possible answers. So 5 possible answers, and 3 correct ones. So get all 3 of them to get 100 points. And if you get 1 or 2 of them wrong, the other ones that you got right are worth 20. So on a multiple answer question, you will get 20, 40 or 100 points. And on every single question for every single player, there is an opportunity to win up to 50 points as a bonus for your speed of answering. The quicker you answer, if you answer within the first second or 2, you will get 50 bonus points, and it goes down on the sliding scale, and it is measured against your device that you're using. So don't worry if your internet connection is not as good as somebody else's or whatever. It is going on your device. So it means that every player, if we get every person scoring the correct answer, they'll all get some bonus points. Some will get 50 and some will get just a couple. So the quicker you answer, the more reward you will get. Questions we give you between, we say 10 seconds there, but to be honest, it's between 10 and 13 seconds. We adjust it slightly if we feel that you need an extra second or 2 according to the length of the question. But with those multiple answer questions, you will get 15 seconds full stop. We have got a couple of different ways of asking you questions. The main one is multiple choice, and then some of those multiple choice questions will be what we call first letter, where you only get one possible letter in the options. You've got to know what the correct answer is and the letter that it begins with, and click on that letter to get the points. We have picture questions, where the 4 possible answers will actually be a picture. Sometimes we put the name of the picture or a reference to the picture next to it. Sometimes you have to just look at the picture and know what it is. Click and confirm on those questions to get those points for those ones. And open-ended questions, quite a few of those in there tonight, I think. Open-ended means that a keyboard will appear on your screen. Now do pay attention to what I say and to what you can read on your screen, because we will tell you exactly what you should be entering. For example, we might say, what is the first letter of this country or something like that, and you just, if the answer was Belgium, you would put the letter B for Belgium. You wouldn't type in B-E-L. You would start with the letter B and finish with the letter B. If we ask you for people's initials, it will always be 2 initials, and there's no space, no punctuation, nothing like that, just for 2 letters. If we ask you for a number, it will tell you how many digits: 1 digit, 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits if it's a year, for example. So pay attention. Don't lose points where you know the answer, but you just didn't pay attention on how you should input it. Okay, it should be fairly straightforward and not too difficult. Let's talk prizes, I think, because we have got some great prizes, and it's dinner at Banjo Jack. Banjo Jack, thankfully for you guys, they do have a terrace and they do have heating, so it's a very enjoyable place to still go along and have dinner. And our winner tonight will win a 200 lei dinner at Banjo Jack, and our runner-up will get 100 lei, so not too shabby at all. And if you're in the mood for ordering in, it is a Saturday night, and it is, you know, starting to get cold and dark. If you want some nice comfort food, Banjo Jack is the place to order from. El Torito is very good as well, of course, our other sponsor. But Banjo Jack is who we're going to shout about tonight. They do Tex-Mex food, so if you like ribs and chicken and steaks and what have you, do look them up. You can find them on social media at Banjo Jack Bucharest, right there, or just Google Banjo Jack Bucharest, and I'm sure you will find them. They do home delivery, and as I say, they do have a heated terrace as well. So please support them if you're looking to get a takeaway, because they support us and we really, really do appreciate it. Let's quickly talk about our round tonight. So our guest writer is George, and thank you, George. He's written quizzes before and he's jumping in again tonight. We've worked together in the last week to produce this quiz. Pretty much, 90% or so of what you will see and read is George's hard work. So well done, George. Thank you so much for doing this. It was his idea to come up with this quiz, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. George will be in the feed, and he will look after you if you have any queries or questions. Hopefully he can help you out. So here's your spot prizes. Lots of random stuff. I could have gone themed tonight with lots of history bits and pieces, but you know what? I just thought, let's have a look and see what we've got in the prize cupboard, and this was what I've gone for. So last time we gave one of these away, it was very popular actually. So third place tonight will get the Breaking Bad Hip Flask. It's an official Breaking Bad Hip Flask. And yeah, sorry about that, George, but let's just quickly touch on that. That photo, George looks nothing like that anymore, but George, very slim pickings on your Facebook page, my man, and your profile picture, basically it was taken with a potato, wasn't it? Because that picture was terrible, so I wasn't going to use that. I just went and found the only one where you were smiling, and that's what you get. You're welcome. All right, third place then gets the Breaking Bad Hip Flask. 20th place tonight. We should give away more stuff like this, really, shouldn't we? The Great British Pub Quiz tinned set. So it's a nice tin, it's a nice big tin, and it comes with a massive quiz book and pencils and pads and little spinners and lots of fun stuff. So that's a nice little prize to win if you come in on 20th place. Now do pay attention, because we've changed it tonight. It's 20th, 40th and 60th, not 25th, 50th and 75th. So 40th place, because there's lots of decisions being made in the world at the moment. There's a very, very tenuous link to this prize. We do have a magnetic decision maker for when you really can't decide who to vote for or what to do or whether to go out or where to order from or whatever it might be. We will give a magnetic decision maker to whoever finishes in 40th place. And 60th place, I've had this one for a while. I did have a few of these. We've given all the other ones away. This is the last one. This is the last Harry Potter sweatshirt being given away tonight. I know how much a lot of you want this. You're going to have to finish in 60th position tonight if you want to get Harry's sweatshirt. Just to touch on prizes as well, if you have won a prize since March, if you do not contact me and let me know that you want that prize, all prizes are going to go back into the prize cupboard on the 1st of November. So after next Saturday, all prizes will go back into the prize cupboard for us to recycle and start giving away again, because we know we've got lots of prizes that people really, really wanted and weren't lucky enough to win. They didn't win them. So we're going to give people a chance to get them again. So claim your prizes. Send me a message. If you want them, just say, please put them away safe. I will get them in 6 months' time when we're all back to normal, or whenever that might be. That's fine. But if you're not contacting me and not telling me, you're going to lose your prizes. That was my scary voice practicing for next week. All right, we've got the return of Tucano Coffee tonight, which is rather lovely. They are going to be a regular sponsor for the next few weeks on a Wednesday, but they decided to drop a nice little prize in for you to get again tonight. So 50 lei voucher for Tucano Coffee Madagascar, which is the branch that is based at Afi Park, at the shopping mall just there. You have two options. You are welcome to take the gift voucher and go in and claim some cheesecake and some coffee and whatever you want to buy, or you can get delivered delivery if you are in Sector 6. So if you're happening to have your office in Sector 6, that's good. You can do an order out or at home or whatever. That's absolutely fine as well. So we'll spin the lucky wheel at the end and give away a 50 lei gift voucher for Tucano Coffee Madagascar. And that is for gold and silver Patreons. Gold and silver Patreons, I can promise you I have got some very cool prizes coming up for you. So don't worry. I know that we've given away a few normal prizes in recent weeks, but don't you worry. I have got some very cool stuff coming up for you, particularly at the Halloween quiz next week, which we should have a chat about maybe at the end of the evening. So the picture I had when we were doing the point scoring, I should have just pointed out the reason I chose this is Bucharest behind me, and it's a nice sunny day during the daytime, and literally with the clocks going back tonight, I thought, let's just remind ourselves how beautiful and sunny it can be here, sort of the dusk setting and what have you. So we're going to miss that a little bit, aren't we? Well, I mean, you can still see the dusk. It's just going to come at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which really sucks, doesn't it? So that's my reason for putting that on there. But we're back in Mojo now, up in the karaoke bar. All right, who else we got then? Let's have a quick peek at the feed before we get into it. Lots of you signing in, which is nice. We are starting to see our numbers creep up again, actually, as we've already sort of come out of the back end of summer. We are starting to see more and more players. Whether we will hit the heights of where we were in March and April and May, where it was just it was phenomenal. 250 of you playing along back then. Who knows? But do tell your friends, as always, if they want to come along and join us. We welcome them, and it obviously helps us out considerably the more people we have playing. All right then, let's have a quick look over here. So we got Titimia just there. Sue, good evening to you over in a wet and windy Tunbridge, and you are prompting me to quickly mention my joint favourite football team. I can't say second favourite football team because it's my hometown football team. Tunbridge Angels today had a match, and let me quickly explain how important this game was. It's what we call the final qualifying round, the fourth qualifying round for the very famous FA Cup. And Tunbridge have not qualified from this qualifying since 1953. Now, I'm probably going to get some Tunbridge guys tell me here that I'm wrong. But today they beat Taunton Town from the southwest 5-0. And they're into the first round of the FA Cup, which is so unbelievably exciting for our hometown. It means that maybe they're going to get one of the big professional teams that will have to come to Tunbridge and play. And maybe we'll be on the telly. Who knows? So absolutely over the moon. It was a fantastic game. I watched the whole thing. Basically, it gave me good reason not to watch Fulham, who lost again. So well done, the Angels. I hope everybody back in Tunbridge is super happy. I'm sure they are. Good evening, Jim. Matt is joining us as well. I've already had a chat with Matt about the football today. Yeah, Matt, you're not the first to say Fulham v Tunbridge. Now, the thing is, Premier League teams come into the FA Cup in the third round. So Tunbridge would have to get through 2 rounds, which I think is probably pushing it a little bit. We're just happy to play one game because it's money for the club. The club has lost so much money as a non-league club with lack of games, lack of supporters, spending money and what have you. So it's a little bit of a windfall for the club, and the club is a real community club. As you may know, I, with the club and with a food bank, raise money for that food bank in Tunbridge, and it's just brilliant for the town. So I'm super happy about that, and I promise I won't talk about football too much anymore. Radu, good evening to you, my man. There's George in the feed. He will be with you in the feed, tagging along. I know that his girlfriend is playing, and she doesn't know the question, so good luck to her as well. Yeah, well, do you know what? We'd take United of Manchester because they're a professional club, but no, Manchester United in the third round would be lovely, but let's just see if we can get Bolton or Wigan or someone like that. Charlton would be great. Anyway, enough football, because I know it bores a lot of you. We should get into this quiz. Lots of you signed in. So, a quick reminder. We have 50 history-based questions. They're about history, events, music, television, film, etc., etc. You will get one question per year. We will start in 1970, question 1, question 2, 1971, question 3, 1972, and so on and so forth, all the way up until the present day. So if you know more about the 70s, you've got a good chance at the beginning, more about the 80s, blah, 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 blah. You know, you can pick up points wherever your strengths lie. I think we should get into this then. As I say, lots of you have signed in. Good luck, everybody. We are at the beck and call of the internet. Let's keep fingers crossed that everything goes swimmingly. If you have a problem with your handsets or whatever, just refresh them. You should be absolutely fine. But I think we should get started because it is 3 minutes past 8 Romanian time, 3 minutes past 6 back in the UK. Let's go, guys. Good luck, everybody. Let's find a winner of Saturday's themed quiz. We kick you off and we will get over to our playing screen. Which airplane had its first commercial flight on January 22nd from New York to London? There you go. That's as easy as that. Let's get the correct screen up. You don't want that. You want that one. Oh my God, it's so small. That's the wrong one as well. All right, the Boeing 747 is the correct answer. Let me just get the right My Quiz one on. There we go. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you. Who's in the lead then? El Clasico goes straight into the lead. Just sorting out our little Jumbotron there. That's better, isn't it? Fleece Brandy, Vlad the Implier, Matt G, Quiz Bears. There's your top 5. Sorry about messing around there. I've got the clocks behind me to remind you about the clocks. By the end of the night, everyone will know. 1971. Which Led Zeppelin song had its first public performance in Belfast on March the 5th? Which Led Zeppelin song had its first public performance in Belfast on March the 5th? So questions will be about absolutely everything tonight, whether it's news, movies, TV, music, etc., etc. Stairway to Heaven is the correct answer. The majority of you getting it 64.8%, knowing that that is the correct answer. And lots of people getting it right over here. El Clasico holds on to his lead, 270. Fleece Brandy, 258. Vlad the Implier, 258. Rule Mental has 249. Radu Bilin, you've got 245. So already we're separating you a little bit thanks to that bonus point system, which has really created some very exciting quizzes. So we love it. Question number 3. Which Francis Ford Coppola movie had its initial release on March the 15th at the Lowe State Theatre in New York City? That is Lowe State Theatre. I don't think it's there anymore. I should have looked this up, but I'm pretty sure this one shut down. The Godfather is the correct answer. Cabaret was February the 13th. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes was June the 29th. Trouble Man was November the 1st. They were all in the same year. But of course, Francis Ford Coppola, famous for The Godfather. El Clasico, 401. Fleece Brandy still in second. Rule Mental, 376. Quiz Bears, 367. Matt G, 358. So, a couple of easy-ish ones. There are a few tricky ones in here as well. Here's your next question, number 4. 1973. Which of the following technology firsts happened in 1973? So, which one of those 4 options happened in 1973? All right, your time, it is up. The first handheld mobile phone call was made and only 16.7% of you getting that one right. Email was back in 1971. The first digital camera wasn't until 1990 to go on sale, that is. And the first album on compact disc was 1982. And it was a 1979 recording of Chopin Waltzes by Claudio Arrau, in case you didn't know. So that shook things up ever so slightly. But El Clasico and Fleece Brandy still there, outnumbered into third. Good evening to you. Andre and Christy T both come into the top 5 as well. Here's your next question. On October the 30th, Muhammad Ali defeated George Foreman in which boxing event? So it had a name, this boxing event. What was the name of the event? Okay, in the GIF, you can see the famous rope-a-dope. He dodged something like 22 punches, Ali. The rope-a-dope was, the idea of letting the other guy punch himself out, and it kind of worked. The Rumble in the Jungle is the correct answer. 54.4% of you getting it right. Ali won by knockout in the 8th round. It was one of the all-time great fights. El Clasico from Outnumbered Christy T, Fleece Brandy, and the Tansley clan. Good evening to the Tansleys joining us as they come into the top 5. Question number 6. Which of the following people was born on August the 7th in Benoni, South Africa? It is one of those 4 people. August the 7th, 1975. I can assure you I did not write this question, as you can see. Oh, bless you. 7.3% believing it's me. I'm very much English, I'm afraid. Wasn't born in South Africa, but Charlize Theron was. 89% of you getting it right. I like the fact that 7.3% of you believe it could have been me. Absolutely nobody went for Kate Winslet. That's fine. That's fine. El Clasico outnumbered Christy T. The Tansies move up a place. Matt G there in 5th. So that's your top 5 as it stands. We've had the same leader from the start, 6 questions in, but I'm sure things will shake up. Let's see as we move on to question number 7. 1976, on April the 1st, the Apple Computer Company was founded by Steve Jobs and which other person? Who was it? All right, your time, it is up. Steve Wozniak is the correct answer. Not too tricky there. 81.1% of you getting that one right. And it's as you were over on the feed. Over on the scoreboard. Al Classico, 934, approaching 1,000 points. Outnumbered Christy T, the Tansley Clan, and Matt G. They're all there in the top 5. Just going to try and change something a little bit here. Okay. Next question coming up, 1977. Which 3 of these events happened this year? So, 3 answers. Click on all of them, please, to get your points. There we go, that's better. So, 3 of those events happened in 1977. Which 3? All right, that was a tricky one. Star Wars was released. Yeah, Elvis Presley did die, and an earthquake did strike in Romania as well. So maybe it wasn't that tricky at all. Waterloo was in 1974, and St. Lucia becoming independent from the UK. That was actually in 1979. El Clasico breaks 1,000 points, 1,060, then it's outnumbered Christy T. The Tansley Clan in 4th, and Delia and Martin come into the top 5 for the first time. Good evening to you two. I hope you're having a nice evening. Here's question number 9. What is the first letter of this TV show that debuted for the first time on April the 2nd? The first letter, please. You've got 4 options there. What is it? All right, your time is up. D for Dallas, and unsurprisingly, 97.8% of you getting it right. And there's bound to be 1 or 2 of you that thought it was Dynasty or something like that, but you'd have still got the points with the D. F and E were the only other answers that came in there. Just a couple of you going for that, but yeah, Dallas was the correct answer. Al Clasico outnumbered Christy T, the Tansley Clan, and Delia and Martin still there as well. Just making a few changes up here. That's fine. All right, we're moving into question number 10. Last question of the 70s, 1979. What did McDonald's introduce nationwide in the USA in 1979? What did McDonald's introduce nationwide in the US in 1979? Okay, your 10 seconds is up, and it was the Happy Meal, and a huge 58% of you getting that one right. Now, they had introduced it a couple of years before in one outlet, but then they realized what a winner it was, and they rolled it out in 1979. So that is the end of the 70s. El Clasico doing rather well there. Outnumbered in second, Christy, Delia, Martin, and Tron coming into the top 5. I was very tempted to put Royale with cheese. I was, Vlad. I think we have enough Tarantino references, though. Into the 80s, 1980, on May the 8th, the World Health Organization officially declared the global eradication of which disease? Which of those diseases was officially eradicated for 1980? All right, your time, it is up. It was indeed smallpox. 50.6% of you getting it right, and I'm sure everybody knows that in 1796, the vaccine, essentially, inoculation, was invented or created, discovered, and invented by my namesake Edward Jenner, who I am lucky enough to be named after. It is my middle name, yeah, there you go. A little bit of trivia for you. Al Clasico still in the lead, outnumbered Christy, Matt G, Fleece Brandy coming back into the top 5. 1981, the first DeLorean automobiles rolled off the production line in 1981. But how much was the retail price? So if you wanted to buy a DeLorean back in 1981, how much would it have cost you? Now, this is give or take because, of course, there could have been add-ons and things like that. But the actual RRP was $25,000, 47.8%. Of you getting that one right. The price went up and up and up until they went bust. They just could not sell them. Nobody was really interested. That's about just over $70,000 in today's money for that car. All right, just like that, it's switched. Outnumber goes into the lead. Al Clasico drops to second. Matt G third. Fleece Brandy moves up into 4th, and Christy T is there in 5th. But it's super close. And here is question number 13. In 1982, in November, Michael Jackson released his 6th studio album. What was it called? What was Michael Jackson's 6th studio album? Time is up. It was indeed Thriller. Yeah, most of you getting it. 47.8%. Bad was later in the 80s. I think that was 1988. I haven't put the dates on here, but I'm pretty sure Bad was 1988 from memory. So the 47.8% that got it right will have got some bonuses as well. Good one for Outnumbered, who continues to lead after 13 questions. El Clasico second, Christy T into third, Roxy, good evening to you, in fourth, and Dan comes into the top 5 as well, but it still remains very close. 1983. In September, President Ronald Reagan announced that what will be made available for civilian use. So in 1983, what did President Ronald Reagan announce would be made available for civilian use? Your time, it is up, and the correct answer is the third option there, GPS. 48.2% of you getting that one right. The White House Gardens, no, and there's someone messing around. The Playboy Mansion being made available for civilian use, we can but dream. Outnumbered, just like that, has built a bit of a lead. 200 points here. Outnumbered in the lead from El Clasico. Dan is closing in on second. He moves up to third. Fleece Brandy is there with 13.97. And Matt G, who's been in and out the top 5, he's in fifth with 13.75. Here's number 15. 1984, the Boston Celtics won their 15th NBA championship by beating which team in the NBA Finals? Quite a famous final series as well. Because it was Magic versus Bird. They beat the Los Angeles Lakers, 68.5% of you getting that one right. They had a great rivalry, and of course, they did play for the NCAA championship, representing their 2 individual colleges, Bird and Magic as well. Both tremendous players, it doesn't need saying, does it? Outnumbered, gets that one wrong, allowing El Clasico to close the gap, as does Dan. He's tagging along. Christy T and Matt G both stay in 4th and 5th place, respectively. On to 1985. Which of these TV channels launched for the first time in 1985? George, you're totally underestimating the strength of quizzes that we have. We know our guys are really, really good, and they're proving it right here. The Discovery Channel, well, I just said that, and then we get a 10% answer. The Discovery Channel is the correct answer. MTV was actually a few years before. Was it before or after? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, it wasn't MTV. It was the Discovery Channel, which then later on became Discovery. 10% of you getting it right, and actually, none of our top players did. So if you were one of the players that got that right, you have just closed the gap. As did Ove, who's come straight into the top 5 with a correct answer there. Outnumbered El Clasico, Dan, Ove, and Christy T, top 5. 17 on December 24th, 1986. This building was first opened to the public. In which country? So, where is that? Maybe some of you have been there. I can tell you I have not. I have never been to this country at all. It is on the bucket list. I should do it at some point. India is the correct answer. In Delhi, India, that is the Lotus Temple. Just 26.7% getting it right. Most of you going there for Thailand at 51.1%. But yeah, you got it wrong. So that did change things a little bit over in our top 5. Outnumbered holds on to his lead, but it's a slender one from El Clasico. Those two doing rather well. But Ove moves into 3rd. Matt G up to 4th. And Dan is there in 5th. Still in the 80s, this will be 1987. On June the 30th, Canada introduced a $1 coin nicknamed what? What did they call their $1 coin? Looney, Nutter, Toonie, or Wally? I mean, they all sound a bit ridiculous, don't they? And the correct answer is the Looney. I don't know if we have any Canadians playing, but that would have obviously been rather an easy question. The Looney, 46.7% of you getting it right. And it is change in the top 5, but not out in the lead. 1,888 points for Outnumbered, who now leads Matt G in 2nd place, 17-14. El Clasico drops to 3rd. Ove is there in 4th, and the Family Turp for the first time. 80s proving to be a good decade for them. They're in the top 5. Couple more years to go. This is 1988. Featuring 19,000 extras, which movie won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1988? Featuring 19,000 extras, which movie won the Oscar for Best Picture? I would say this one's rather guessable if you read the question carefully, and you're proving me right. 73.6% of you getting it right. It was indeed The Last Emperor, which had 19,000 extras. That is just the most fantastic production. Huge. Wouldn't really happen these days because everything is CGI'd, of course. Outnumbered, breaks 2,000 points. 2007 in the lead. Matt G still in 2nd. El Clasico, though, closes the gap. Ove and Family Turp still in 4th and 5th. Super close quiz. Here's question number 20. 1989, what are the initials of the singer that released the song Another Day in Paradise? Please enter a 2-letter answer. No spaces, no punctuation. 2 letters. will get you the points. Your final question about the 80s. PC is the correct answer, and a massive 83% of you getting that one right. That's very high for an open-ended question, because often people put the wrong thing accidentally. But PC for Phil Collins. Well done if you got it. Outnumbered. The 80s were good to you, mate. You're in the lead. Al Clasico moved back into second. Ove third. Nick Perro comes in. He's our reigning champion. Comes into fourth, and Dan there in fifth. So we lost a couple of players from the top five just there. Into the 90s. 1990. In February, Nelson Mandela was released from the Victor Verster prison near Cape Town, South Africa. How many years was he imprisoned for? I can tell you that the footage there is not Nelson Mandela leaving the prison, although if he'd have walked out like that, what a ledge. I mean, he is anyway, right? 27 years is the correct answer. That's a proper history question for you, and most of you knowing it. 57.3% getting that one right. Outnumbered, holding on to a fairly handsome lead from Al Clasico, Ove, Nick Perro and Christy T. 4 of our top players have broken through 2,000 points. Outnumbered, looking like he's got a chance to get the 5,000 tonight. I don't know, we're not quite halfway yet. Let's have a look, see how well he does on the next couple of questions. 1991. The Acid Rain Treaty was signed on March the 13th between which two countries? The Acid Rain Treaty. So last week, George, I think we hit 6,000 points last week at our themed quiz. So if you can get it around 5,000, you've got it about right. The USA and Canada is the correct answer here. 34.8% of you getting it right. The Air Quality Agreement, known as the Acid Rain Treaty, was an environmental treaty between the two countries. Outnumbered, 2248. Ove back up into second, 2138. Nick comes into third. Family Turp goes to fourth, and Al Clasico drops down to fifth. No sign of Bula yet. Where is Bula? Number 23. Santosh Yadav became the youngest woman in the world to scale which mountain in 1992? Litsa. Yeah, Trump would deny the acid. He would either deny the Acid Rain Treaty or claim that he was responsible for it. Probably the latter. Everest is the correct answer here. That was a tricky one, wasn't it? Because Everest is like the obvious answer, and for once it actually was. 42.7% of you getting it right. She was just 23 years old, and she came down and then went back up again a year later. Fair play to her. Outnumbered, 2368 from Ove, 2250. Nick Perro is just behind on 2238. Family Turp is very much in touch, 2179. Christy T, 2100. And we've lost our long-time leader there. 1993, what name was given to the separation of Czechoslovakia to create the Czech Republic and Slovakia? It did have a very specific name. Are we like Beetlejuice? Oh, Candyman, Nat, right? Because Beetlejuice was like Candyman. Or was Candyman like Beetlejuice? I'm not sure. Which way round was it? The Velvet Divorce is the correct answer. Oh, look at you guys all getting that one right. 79.8% of you getting it. And you may notice that initially we wrote a question about a space shuttle and forgot to change the picture, and neither George or I noticed, but nobody's saying anything, so let's move on. Outnumbered, 2494. Ove, 2380. Nick Perro is there in third. Family Turp and Christy T making up the top 5. Nobody noticed. It's fine. We should have put a nice picture of the Czech Republic on there, really, shouldn't we? And Slovakia. 1994 at the Football World Cup held in the United States. Romania's golden generation lost in the quarterfinals on penalties against which team? So we decided to leave this one in because we don't do too many Romanian-specific ones because that's not too fair. But it was quite a famous team back in 1994. And of course, England didn't play. And a lot of English guys followed Romania because of their fun hair and their great team. And they had a lot of players that were playing in the Premier League as well, which I'm sure you can see in the picture. Sweden is the correct answer, 60.5% of you getting that one right, and it was a super question for Ove, who instantly jumps into the lead, 2,509. Nick, 2,505, just a couple of points behind it, outnumbered down to third. Family Turp and Christy T are your top 5. Which internet browser was released on August the 16th? Was it 98? It wasn't 94. No, 94 was the class of 94 was Harji and what have you, wasn't it? Of course it was. The great team. Anyway, still a good picture. So which internet browser was released on August the 16th of 1995? i.e. Internet Explorer. 55.3% of you getting that one right. Look how close this is at the top. With this scoring system to be down to almost single digits, well, I mean, even double digits is quite impressive. Ove, 2646 with Nick Perro, 2634. That is close. Family Turp up into third, outnumbered there in fourth, and Real Mental comes back into our top five. They are in fifth place. The 90s proving to be quite good for some of you. Here's number 27, 1996. In July, Dolly the Sheep became the first mammal clone from an adult somatic cell when she was born at the Roslin Institute. But where is the Roslin Institute? It's in one of the home nations there. Scotland, Northern Ireland, England or Wales. The Roslin Institute is in Scotland. And why did I have to do a Scottish accent when saying Scotland? My Scottish accent I learned not from living in Scotland for almost a year when I was 17, more from watching Austin Powers, of course. Nick going into the lead, 2741, Ove 2646, outnumbered, fighting back in third place. Family Turp still in fourth, Matt G there in fifth. All right, couple more for the 90s. Here's 1997. Who played Batman on the big screen in 1997? There's lots of Batmen in the picture, but we're only giving you 4 options here. So who played Batman on the big screen in 1997? Now, I still feel like my local cinema owes me the £7 that I paid to go and watch this film, because it was George Clooney in what is pretty much agreed the worst Batman film ever, if not one of the worst films ever. It was the nipple costume. That's right. So George Clooney, who was in Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin. What an absolute mess of a movie that was. Ove into the lead from Nick Perro, outnumbered Family Turp and Christy T. Best Batman, besides the obvious, was Michael Keaton. Which NBC American sitcom television series aired the final episode on May the 14th after 9 seasons and 180 episodes? You'll never beat the original 1960s TV Batman and Robin. They are always going to be number one. But in terms of movies, well, they had their own movie as well, so maybe they're still number one. Seinfeld, 53.6%. We've just done a Seinfeld quiz, but you know what? It's cool. We've stuck a Seinfeld question in anyway. Ove, 2902. Nick, Family Turp, outnumbered. Christy T, that's your top 5. And you're right, George Clooney does still apologise for that movie. He knows it was bad. He was lucky to get away and still have a career, to be fair, after that. I mean, it didn't go well, did it? Oh, right, one more question in the 90s before we hit the noughties, as we like to call them. Select the 3 albums released in 1999. Now, this is a tricky one. 3 of these albums were released in the year 1999. Where's our music fans? Giving them a little chance here to get some points. Now, you know what? Is it hard? Because this question is one of those questions where you can reverse it. Because all you've got to do is look at the ones that definitely weren't in the 90s, and that would be Kanye West and Amy Winehouse, which was 2004, 2006, respectively. So, well done if you managed to reverse engineer that question and get it right. Ove breaks 3,000 points after 30. So, it's going to be close to get that 5,000. We will see. Nick is in second. Family Turp making a right old fight of it. 2,709. Christy T and Mrs. John Thornton into the top 5. Good evening to you. Into the 2000s, the Nintendo GameCube was revealed for the first time in 2000. Please select the GameCube controller. The GameCube controller. All right, your time, it is up. Now, to be honest, I think you can rule out A and B. Oh, actually, some of you didn't. Yeah, well, it was close between C and D. They were so similar. We were looking for option D. C is the N64. A is the current one, and B was the SNES, which was my favourite console of all time. The SNES, I think, was the greatest console in terms of what it did when it got released. Just loved it. Ove, Nick Perro, Christy T up into third, outnumbered 4th, Family Turp down to 5th. Some more noughties questions. 2001, which Italian landmark was reopened to the public on December the 15th after being closed 11 years for repairs? One of those 4 right there. The SNES. I mean, Vlad, am I wrong here? It truly was the most wonderful, like, it incorporated so many games that you could play with your friends. It really did. Your Mario Kart and Bomberman and Worms and games like that. Loved it. Leaning Tower of Pisa, 45.3%. Getting it right. The Colosseum, could you imagine that being shut for that amount of time? I don't think so, no. Ove leads the way, 3277, building a little bit of a lead. Nick Perro outnumbered Christy T and Family Turp in the top 5. That was the NES, Matt. Who became the first black actress to win the Academy Award for Best Actress in the year 2002? Yes, there's Duck Hunt. No such thing. Duck Hunt was on the NES with the light gun that didn't really work. And you could just hold it up against the screen. It was Halle Berry who gave that incredibly impassioned and quite famous now, if not slightly nauseating speech when she won. But can you blame her? She just won the Oscar and became the first African-American woman to win it. So fair play to her. 66.7% getting it right. It was for the role of Letitia in Monsters Ball. Great movie that is. Ove still leads, and he's building a lead here, you know. Nick Perro, second place. Christy T, Outnumbered, and Family Turp are all there. But Ove has got a bit of a lead. Here's number 34. In which city were more than $100 million of diamonds stolen in what was called the heist of the century? That's what they dubbed it at the time, the heist of the century. $100 million they got away with. All right, time is up. It was in Antwerp. A very guessable answer there, I guess you could say. Antwerp being the centre of the diamond industry, 70.8%, getting it right. The arrests were made at the time, but most of the diamonds that were stolen never been found. Never been found. Still O from Nick and then Christy and then Outnumbered. And Ruxy fighting back into the top 5. Doing it for the girls tonight. She is into 5th place. We stay in the noughties and we move on to question 35. 2004. Which social networking site was launched on February the 4th in 2004? So which social networking site was launched on February the 4th, 2004? It was the Facebook. Now, if we'd have put Facebook on there, I think some of you might have complained because that's not what it was called when it was launched. If you've seen the movie, you will know that it was Justin Timberlake's grand idea to drop the in that famous scene in the social network. Flickr was released in 2004, Twitter in 2006, and LinkedIn was 2003. Ove still with that lead, but it's a bit of a shorter lead now from Nick, Christy, Outnumbered, and Ruxy. We've lost the family Turp all of a sudden. 2005, Isabelle Denoir became the first person to do which of those things on there? Which of the following? Which she was the first person to do which of those? Isabelle Denoir. I guess that's how you pronounce her name. I'm sorry if anybody knows different. She had the partial face transplant. You may well remember it was the first time that they'd successfully managed to do it. 61.8% of you getting that one right. Thankfully, no one said land on the moon. That would have been awful, wouldn't it? Ove, Nick Perro, Christy T, Outnumbered, and Mrs. John Thornton. There's your top 5. So yeah, she had that successful face transplant, and she's still okay. She's still okay. I think she was attacked by a dog, if I'm right. Okay, someone correct me, but I think she had facial problems from a dog attack. 2006, born on May the 27th. What is the name of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's first biological child? Maddox, Vivian, Zahara, or Shiloh are your 4 options here. 2006. And the time it is up. Shiloh is the correct answer. You know your celebrity children. Maddox and Zahara were adopted alongside Pax. Shiloh is one of the couple's 3 biological children with the twins Vivian and Knox. Ove, still with a lead, 3769, but it's not too far ahead of Nick, and Christy's also there, outnumbered in 4th still. Mrs. John Thornton now comes into the top 5, so we've got a few of the girls fighting to try and catch the boys up. Plenty of points to be had. And here's number 38. On January the 1st, Romania became a member state of the European Union alongside which other country? So 2 countries were accepted into the EU, or they had been accepted before, of course, but they officially became part of the EU on January the 1st, 2007. It was Romania and Bulgaria. Bulgaria, of course, and a guessable question there for those of you, even if you're outside Romania. 83.1%, because Bulgaria and Romania border each other. The other 3 countries joined in 2004, so they were already there. Oh, 3903. Nick gets that one wrong and allows people to catch up. Christy T, Outnumbered, Mrs. John Thornton. That is your top 5 as it stands. So we're still in the noughties. Just a couple more questions to go. 12 more questions in total. Here's number 39. Which country finished top of the medal table at the 2008 Summer Olympics? Which country finished top of the medal table at the 2008 Summer Olympics? Now, this one becomes a little bit easier if you can remember that they were hosted in Beijing, and home countries often do very, very well. The host nations do well, and it was China. The USA were second, Russia were third, and Great Britain were fourth. But most of you going for the USA, but it was the home Olympics, and they won a significant amount of medals at their home Olympics. Nick Perro into the lead, but by just 20 points from Ove. Christy T in third, outnumbered fourth, and Ruxy there is in fifth. You're just unlucky, Litzer. Question 40, 2009, what was released on January the 3rd by Satoshi Nakamoto? This is your final naughties question before we go into the teens. What do we call them? The teenies? The teens? I don't know. The last decade, anyway. So what was released by Satoshi Nakamoto? Bitcoin is the correct answer, 74.7%. Now, who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Nobody really knows. If it's one person, a conglomerate, a cover story to, you know, cover up who the real person is, nobody really knows. But there you go. Satoshi Nakamoto, in theory, did release Bitcoin. Nick, 4,061 and 4,029. You guys have got 10 questions to see if you can get that 5,000 points. Christy, outnumbered, and Ruxy, that is your top 5. It's quite possible he doesn't exist, Andre, yeah? Which artist painted New Green Leaves and Bust, which sold for $106.5 million, setting a new world record for a work of art sold at auction? A couple of extra seconds there because the question was a bit longer. Now, if you look carefully, the picture is, the painting is in the picture, so that might have given you a massive clue, and in fact, it kind of did, I think. Pablo Picasso is the correct answer. 37.2% of you getting it right. It is no longer by any means the most expensive painting sold at auction, which, of course, we know is now the Leonardo da Vinci painting of Christ. Nick Perro, 4172. That was a great question for you because Ove got it wrong, allowing Christy, outnumbered, and Mrs. John Thornton to catch up a little bit. We're into the teens, and we're in the home straight with your final 10 questions. Here is number 42. The United Nations declared 2011 as the year of what? So a tricky one. Tricky. We have to have a couple of tricky ones here to try and separate you all apart. What was 2011? It was the year of what? Time is up. It was the International Year of Forests, and with just 9.1% of you getting that one right, that has given a few of you a bit of a chance to catch up because, look, none of our top players got it. So what are you going to do? Nick, Ove, Christy, outnumbered, Mrs. John Thornton. That's your top 5. If you're one of the just over 9% that got it right, you just caught up by at least 100 points. 42 questions down, 8 remain, and it is a super close quiz. Any of our top 5 or more could still win. Here is number 43. 2012, on August the 6th, the Mars Science Laboratory mission's rover successfully landed on Mars. What was it called? Knowledge, insight, curiosity, or learning? All right, so we go from a pretty tricky question to, I think, a bit of a gimme. Yeah, look at this. Massive 93.2% of you getting that one right. It was, of course, the Curiosity rover, which remains up there to this day. And everybody thinks it's teeny, but it's actually a lot bigger than it looks. Nick Perro, 4299 from O, 4147. Christy has exactly 4,000 points. Now, that's pretty tough to do, but he's got 4,000 points. Outnumbered, just tucked in behind on 3985. And 3866 for Mrs. John Thornton means it's a close one. 2013. Barack Obama began his second term as US president after defeating which Republican candidate? And there is Barack with his dog. Oh, I know the name of the dog. Come on. Imaginary bonus point in the feed if you can name the dog. Someone will know. Mitt Romney is the person that he beat. 40.9% of you getting that one right. What a question for Nick. Looking to make it back-to-back wins. He gets it and his nearest rival didn't. So Nick has a lead over Ove with Christy catching right up. Mrs. John Thornton now hits 4,000 points. What is going on? Outnumbered 3985. Imaginary bonus point for anybody that can name Barack Obama's dog. Nobody knows. They're all Googling it to try and get an imaginary point. I know. Here's number 45. At the MTV Video Music Awards, Miley Cyrus won the Video of the Year category for which song? Does nobody know Barack Obama's dog? You're just concentrating so much, aren't you? I know. It's a famous old video. Wrecking Ball, of course. 87.4%. Rufus, what you took, because he's a hound. That's a joke that only the Brits will get. Yeah. All songs from the 4th album, bangers, but it was Wrecking Ball with that tremendous video. It was pretty groundbreaking, wasn't it? Excuse the pun. Nick, 4570 from Ove. Christy T, outnumbered and Mrs. John Thornton. Remember, our top two will win that dinner with Banjo Jack. So it's all to play for. Nick with the advantage. Here's number 46, 2015. What is the first letter of the country that re-established full diplomatic relations with the USA, ending a 54-year stretch of hostility between the nations? As you can see, a few more seconds there because it was a long question, but I think most of you will have got the gist of it straight away. Just a one-letter answer, and that one letter we were looking for is the letter C, and well done, 63% of you getting it right. C for Cuba. So, Nick, I think this is your quiz to lose, my man. You've got a lead here of, what, just over 300 points. But if you get a couple wrong, you can still be caught. Nick, Christy, Ove, outnumbered. Christy into second place now. Outnumbered in fourth. Mrs. John Thornton there in fifth. Second place is definitely up for grabs. We've got 4 questions remaining. We will go on to 2016. What is the first letter of this gorilla who made headlines around the world in 2016? And we've given you a multiple choice option this time. Bo. Bo the water dog, Litzer. Bo was Barack Obama's, or the Obama's dog. Beautiful dog as well. H for Harambe, the 17-year-old Western lowland gorilla who was sadly shot and killed after a boy fell into his enclosure in Ohio. Very sad story, but what are you going to do, right? I mean, it was a terrible situation all over. So Nick, still holding on to his lead from Christy, Ove, outnumbered Mrs. John Thornton. Did it all start in 2016, Cornelia? Is that what you're saying? Is that where the problem started? Oh, I don't know. What number is missing from this picture? We're into 2017. I would argue, Cornelia, this is where everything went wrong. Everybody blaming the death of Harambe for COVID. What number is missing? A 2-digit number is missing from that picture, and the number is the number 50. That is Article 50, the Lisbon Treaty that allows any member state to withdraw from the European Union in accordance with its own constitutional requirements, which of course otherwise known as Brexit. So I'm saying 2017 was where hit the fan as far as you know, we were concerned. Nick, I think you've got it. Christy T, though, is looking for that second place, but Mrs. John Thornton is now making a charge up to third. Over and outnumbered, dropped to fourth and fifth. Penultimate question, 49. Cinemas opened in Saudi Arabia for the first time since 1983, but what film was chosen to be the first to be screened? The Lion, the one that was killed by the dentist. That I don't know, Aranush. I can't remember, but it was in the last few years, wasn't it? The friendly lion that caused all the controversy when he was shot. They showed Black Panther, and exactly 50% of you getting it right. And Nick has gone through the 5,000 points with one question remaining. And it's Christy T that now takes over. Nick is going to make it back-to-back wins, but it will come down to the final question to see who gets the second place and the dinner at Banjo Jack. Christy is in second place in the driving seat, just 27 points ahead of Mrs. John Thornton, outnumbered and Ove. Good luck to you all. Here is your final question of the evening. Question 50 of 50. Please select 3 events that happened in either 2019 or 2020. Tricky one. We've given you a bit of time here. 3 of those things happened in the last year and 10 months or so. And most of you have got this. Okay, Putin won a 4th term in 2018, and Beijing have not hosted the Winter Olympics yet. That's going to be in 2022. So well done if you got all of those right. The Toronto Raptors, Jeff Bezos becoming the multi-billionaire with $200 billion. Luxembourg becoming the first country in the world to make all public transport free to use. Nick does take the win. So well done to you, Nick. And we will give you your countdown for your back-to-back wins of 3, 2, 1. And there's your glitter and sprinkles, boy. You've got it. You've got your back-to-back win, and you are the only player, just like the previous quiz, to break 5,000 points. And congratulations to Christy T, who does get the second place. Commiserations to Mrs. John Thornton, who will pick up the Breaking Bad hip flask, but unlucky, just missing out by what? Just 27 points. Just 27 points. Oh, so close. But you still get a prize. Well done to you. Unlucky outnumbered. You've won plenty of quizzes, but not tonight. Ove dropped down to 5th. El Clasico, who was leading for such a long time in the first half. You finished up in 6th. But then we have Ruxy, Family Turp, Dan and Rule Mental, all of whom did appear in the top 5 as some points. But it's Nick that takes the win, the only player to break 5,000 points. Well done to you and Christy, both of you. will win the chance to go and have dinner at Banjo Jack. Please remember to drop me a line, so I will give them your details. You must go in the next week or two if you can. Mrs. John Thornton, we have a Breaking Bad hip flask for you. Do make sure you come and collect it as soon as possible from the Mojo when we're there. Right, yeah, what do you think? That was a fun quiz. I love this format, I really do. Let's come back to our main screen. I love this format with 50 years and the way that we do it, you know, one question per year. We've got a couple of other ideas of things that we can do. The obvious one here is movies, of course. I think we'll do that sometime in the future. 50 years of movies, 1970 to 2020. If you've got any other ideas. So we've done music, we've done history and events. Sport is one that some people have asked for, which, you know, I'd like that. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but we could do a sporting quiz just once to try and keep some of you happy. But if anybody's got any ideas, if anybody wants to follow in the footsteps of George and many others that play along in this quiz and be a writer, then please let us know. I know George's girlfriend is also writing a quiz at the moment. So, great quiz. We do have, excuse me, one more prize to give away. I didn't show my Barry Sheen t-shirt tonight. I went historical, 1977, the legend Barry Sheen. That's one for you, Jim, because you're one of the only people that will appreciate it. Oh, some spot prizes. Spot prizes are being claimed. Matt, you crack on with the 50-year all sports, mate. One sports question for every year, 1970 to 2020. Good man, I appreciate that. Alex has got the 20th position prize. I've forgotten what spot prizes were, so we will go and have a quick look here over at the spot prizes. So 20th position, 40th position, and 60th position were the three places that we were giving away tonight. Alex is looking for something here. So Alex has got, oh, you've got the pub quiz set, which is lovely. We're still looking for 40th and 60th. You guys will also get a prize if you finished in those positions. We will publish on our Facebook page the people that won, because we will get the final game report. But Alex, well done to you. That prize will be taken to Mojo for you to pick up, so that's pretty cool. So we have got one more prize to give away over on the wheel. I will just get the wheel up on my screen over here. The wheel for Tucano Coffee. Should we head over to the lucky wheel? I think we should. All right, so this is the prize that we'll be having. The lucky wheel winner will get a 50 lei voucher for Tucano Coffee Madagascar in Sector 6. You can do delivery in Sector 6, or you can just go along with your voucher and get yourself 50 lei of cake and coffee, which I think is rather lovely. The wheel, it is already ticking around and your names are upon it. If you are a silver or a gold Patreon, you will see on the wheel. Yes, of course he did. Donald Duck was on the front of his, it was an old Donald Duck, Jim, that he had on the front of his helmet. In fact, I can't reach it, but I've actually got the sticker just down here. I've got a copy of the sticker, and I keep meaning to put it on something. So look, here I am in Tucano. You can see we've got you in alphabetical order at the moment, but I want to shuffle you up a little bit, just like that, just to make sure that you can see we're shuffling away. Lovely. All right, there we go. So let's see who is going to get the gift voucher from Tucano Coffee. Good luck, everybody. Let's have a little Saturday night sing-song. Away we go. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a coffee stirring. I'm making the coffee like stirring, spinning. That's the only thing I can think of that connects. I don't know. But thankfully, it's slowing down. It's taking a long time, 30-odd seconds. Why do I do it to myself? I don't know. But around they come. So here comes Andre and Jen, and Andre again, Mihaela, Christian, Maruna, Andre, Alexandra, Andra, could be Craig, or is it going to tip on to Michael Fraser? Is it going to stop on Michael Fraser? Is he going to win a prize? Oh, look at that. Mike Fraser has won his first ever prize. Mike Fraser, who I know you all love from Mojo. He's just picked himself up 50 lei of coffee. 50 lei of coffee and cake. I'm sure he will very much appreciate that. I don't know if he's watching. I know Liverpool are playing tonight. They're not on at the moment, are they? It's Chelsea and Man United. But well done, young Michael. You've just won yourself a prize, you jammy sod. Right, it's come back to our main screen. All right, well done, George. That was a great quiz. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, let's quickly talk about prizes again. If you want to pick up your prizes from Mojo, and I'm not there tonight, I've got other stuff to do tonight, so I can't come to Mojo this evening. But if you want to pick up your prizes from Mojo when I am not there, please write to me, let me know, tell me what your prizes are, and I will go along beforehand, package them all up, have them all neatly and ready for you. And some of you have already done this, which is great, and you can go along in your leisure and get them. Now, bear in mind that we don't know when bars are going to shut, if they're going to shut. And if they shut for good, then it's going to be almost impossible to get these prizes to you for a long time. So please make an effort to get your prizes, because we are going to have a cut-off next week. Next week, after the Halloween quiz, which is next Saturday, that is it. All the prizes are going back in the store, and we will start giving them away to you guys again, because I know how much all of you want to get them. So that is what's happening. We have got thousands of euros of prizes that haven't been picked up, and it's just silly for us to leave them in a store when we're buying more and more prizes every week to go in that store. We're going to start recycling them. So Wednesday will be your general knowledge quiz, which I know you love. So we'll have a nice normal quiz on Wednesday. Potential new sponsor, but I'm not sure yet. We do have one or two in the works, and one of them is very, very cool. Well, all of our sponsors are cool, but one of them is very cool, which I know you'll love. So watch this space for Wednesdays. But we will be back for our themed quiz on Saturday, and it's the Halloween quiz. Our first, hopefully our last online Halloween quiz. So I'm going to dress up, because you know what, there's no party, is there? There's no party. So look, if you guys want to dress up and maybe take some photos next week, because we haven't had any photos from the Fast 50 quiz for a long time, let's encourage you to dress up. We are going to have a spooky, scary, witchy, vampire-y, mummy, werewolf style quiz next week. It's going to be Halloween. It's Halloween. We're going to have a fun time. So yeah, please make an effort next week. Tell your friends. The 31st of October, we will be doing Halloween quiz, and I will be giving away lots of prizes, especially to our Patreons on the wheel. I'm going to make sure, because it's the last day of the month as well, I'm going to make sure we've got quite a few nice prizes to give away on the wheel. I've already got lots of things to give away. I have got some themed Funko Pops, which will be going into the draw, both to win and on the wheel. I've got lots of cool stuff. So be with us next week, but join us on Wednesday as well. This has been fun tonight, guys. Thank you so much for playing along. And I will say to you, whatever you do for the rest of the weekend, you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. And I will see you on Wednesday.